courthouse. I want to give you a quick account of this afternoon. Y'all, it's not getting better. It ain't getting better. This afternoon, basically what she revealed is that she's very jealous of Carisha, Young Miami, specifically. They named her. And she talked about how part of the reason she was jealous is because Diddy gave Carisha a Chanel bag, and all she got was a Bottega Veneta bag. Bottega Veneta bag, right? So she's really up here, upset about how Diddy is spending his money on the other ladies versus her. Let me go get my bag. It's New York. And so there was testimony about that, and they were like, well, isn't that a nice bag too? It was like, it's only like $1,500 to like $5,000, compared to, compared to what the other bag costs. And it was like, girl, what are you talking about? Sorry, guys. And I'm out here with Queen Sheba. I got my notes. There we go. I had dropped it. Sorry. I'm out here with Queen Sheba. I'm trying to hurry up and give you guys this update so we can get to happy hour. Yes. So she talked about how she basically, it's the testimony this afternoon sounded like she knew that she could not keep this man, she could not keep his sexual attention without performing the freakoffs. Not that she was forced, none of that. In fact, there were multiple. The most damning set of text messages that I heard this afternoon was that there was, excuse me, like such a professor now. All right, so there was a set of text message exchanges that was from December of 21. And in those messages specifically, he says, well, we don't have to do another like freak off. We don't have to do another one for the rest of the year. Obviously it was December, so I wouldn't be that long of a time, but nonetheless, he was like, we don't have to do it again for the rest of the year. She says, oh yeah, right, I don't believe you, smirk. And then she goes on the stand, she was like, well, I was sensing resentment. The girl was like, where did you sense the resentment? She was like, yeah, well, when he said, well, we don't have to do it. So then she was implying that she then tells him, well, yeah, I want to do it. I want to do it before the end of the year. I want to do it again. Because she wanted to please her partner. Bitch, girl, which one is it? If this is your free pass to have, no multiple dicks in your mouth, then just take it and go. Instead, she's now saying she felt he was going to resent her if she didn't agree, but he's literally saying, hey, we don't have to do it again for the rest of the year. Somebody said, I need moderators. I don't have them from here. It says, I was about to listen to some music and saw your notification. Do you know who will be the last witness? I don't, but I sure hope. I hope that last witness is going to be a security guard, somebody who has worked for him. They should not have left her at the house. No, they shouldn't. Oh, also, she testified that for the 2 years prior to Diddy paying her rent, she was paying her own rent. She was paying it from her social media money. She had 2 contracts, and just two contracts, she made $50,000. She also testified that there was like a 6-week period where she wasn't doing any freak offs or anything with Diddy, and she could have gotten a job then, but did not. And then she said, well, I felt like I could have been much further along in my career if I had not spent the 2 years focused on Diddy. Yep. Sweetie, why would you do that? He's not even your individual boyfriend. You're sharing him with at least 7 other ladies. Go ahead and go to work. It's okay. But also, there we go. Also, she says, she had multiple text messages. She said, I love having the intensity with you. I love having the quiet time, the quality time. Now here is a creative thing that the defense is doing. So what the defense is doing is actually trying to show that she did, in fact, have the quality time. Now remember, one of the wonky ways the defense is that the prosecution is trying to define this as S trafficking is that they are claiming that this is S trafficking by fraud. The fraud is he lied about spending quality time with her. You know how much You know how often I lie to men and tell them I'm gonna spend time with them, tell them I'm coming, tell them I'm gonna call them back. I'm not calling you back. You get on my nerves. Your breath probably stinks, and you might be poor. People in relationships lie to one another all the time about things like quality time. I see no reason why that should equate to S-trafficking. Here, so the allegation by the government is that the quality time lie was so material that she would not have engaged in the prostitutes, okay? She wouldn't have been with prostitute Paul if it wasn't for the promise of the cuddles. She wanted the cuddles, guys. So, interestingly, what the defense is now doing, what they paused with today, was eliciting testimony from her about different times in which he did give her that college time, where they did get together and they'd lay up in the bed and they'd watch movies and not have freak-offs. And I thought to myself, the fact that that is a defense to the prosecution's allegations just shows you how goofy the allegations are. Now, there absolutely can be S-trafficking by fraud. Certainly. I just don't think this qualifies as that. When I think of S-trafficking by fraud, the best example is actually, hold on, let me clean this thing off. Clean it off with my bosom. One of the best examples actually of S-trafficking by fraud, y'all, is from the R. Kelly case. He was charged with S-trafficking by fraud because one of the women that he was sleeping with, he knew he had herpes. That man is walking herpes. I don't know how he got herpes. Diddy don't, but that ain't my business. But R. Kelly had herpes, didn't tell the girl, and then therefore the girl obtained it. That was literally, he was found guilty of S-trafficking by fraud there, because that is a material omission, a material lie. He basically lied. You can lie by omission by not saying, hey girl, I want to do it to you and I've got this herpes down here and I want to do it without a condom. I want to give you a little herpes. He did not give her the opportunity to decide, well, did she want some herpes back? Or even negotiate a deal. Let me tell you, if you're giving me herpes and you're a multimillionaire, well, first of all, I don't want it, but if you're a multimillionaire and you're running around giving people herpes, you need to give them $1 million with it at least. Don't you think? That's just common courtesy. Anyway, so let's go get us a rich lawyer. Good luck with that. A lot of us are not rich. It says, I come from a generation of women who were taught to never depend on anyone. Yes. So then she did also testify, and I'm going to do tomorrow. I'll have an additional recap that's more organized. But I just wanted to give you some live from the courthouse footage because I know y'all like that. But she also testified that in the 2 years prior to him paying for her apartment, she had her own apartment. Her apartment was 1,400 square feet. It's just fine. And then the one Diddy got her was 5,300 square feet. Y'all take that information and do what you want. But let me go back to my notes. Ew! Ew, it's wet here. Hold on a second. Oh no. There we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, my whole notebook's wet. It's moist down here. It's moist down here. Guess I have to go back to the dollar store and get you that notebook. Anyway. There were also text messages where she says to him, you know, oh, I really enjoyed our sex time. I loved it. It was so good. She read these texts. You got my vagina throbbing. I've never had anybody make me come as much as you do. I've never came so hard in my life. Which really contradicts the Tootsie Roll allegations, but that's neither here nor there. But in one of the exchanges, she tells him that she gets really turned on by wine, and that really gets her in the mood. And he says, oh, I didn't know that. You don't have to do Molly. As in, now I know you like wine. I'll just give you wine. You can do that. And again, she's like, oh, you know, I just really love spending time with you, X, Y, and Z. I wrote in my notes, there's no reason she should have agreed to this. As in, there's no reason she should have agreed to testify. But again, I firmly believe she is there testifying in part because she's in the fight for her life in her personal custody battle, is my guess. And her being a victim in this case allows her the chance to be seen as a victim in the custody case as opposed to irresponsible mama. She also stated, she specifically said, he doesn't usually want romance. He wants debauchery. Baby, you forgot to add, with you. With you. I think that also helps further support that her role in his life was his sex toy. That happens. That happens. But it says, he doesn't want romance, he wants debauchery. And she said, and then he was offering like a romantic night for her, and literally the text messages, she says that she wants to do the sexy time and those other things. She said, oh, well, that's because I was sensing rejection from him. No, that wasn't what we were seeing. And she kept saying, well, I know my partner, I know what he wants. Here's my thing. If you know your partner, if you know what he wants and you don't want to provide it, why are you taking expensive things from him, like a house, where you're then later dependent upon him? If you know what your partner likes and you don't want to give it to him, he shouldn't be your partner. Get you somebody else. Get you somebody that don't want to see you take 4 dicks in a night. They're out there, honey. You can go find them if they're at the UPS store, I bet you. You go in there, you can find you somebody that don't want you to take 4 dicks in a night. In fact, I know a lot of gentlemen that if you did take 4 dicks in a night, they wouldn't call you. They wouldn't, they'd block you, actually. Oh, and Diddy's hair is just getting grayer and grayer, bless his heart. I remember hearing in prior testimony from one of the assistants that they would keep in the little toiletry bag for him, they'd keep his Just for Men. I get it now. His hair is just glowing salt and pepper like my granddad, my Papa Roosevelt. He used to be the head janitor at the apparel mart in Dallas. Nonetheless, so he's definitely giving granddaddy, and then today he had these bifocals, y'all. He's putting his little bifocals on when he really wanted to read, but that's what we got in the afternoon. The morning really covered it. Tomorrow, court does not start until 1 p.m. So I think I'm going to do like a morning recap where I'm going to read some of the, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a morning recap where I am going to read and reenact word for word from excerpts of the transcript. So let me know down below if there are certain sections that you've seen from like an article or whatever you read where you want to see the exchange. Oh, like she went off on Teeny Garagos, okay? She went off, she was so mad when Teeny implied, isn't it true you were jealous of Young Miami? And she was like, well, I just got a Chanel bag. Oh, there go Mims. She's like, I just got a Chanel bag. And she just went off, I'm a reenactor for you. Oh, look at him, y'all. He don't look like a drug dealer today.
Here go, everybody, y'all. Here, come here.
Yes, here goes Queen Sheba, y'all.
Look, we all refer her on YouTube.
Yes! Hi, guys. Hey. Ooh. We're having just a good old dandy time here, y'all.
Did she do the fool, y'all?
Tell him about when Teeny went off. She got mad. Well, she got mad at I'm not Teeny, sorry.
They really
Jane.
pushed her. They pushed her. Can they hear you?
Yeah, they can hear you.
They really wanted her to acknowledge how jealous she was
Yeah.
of Young Miami. And so the best part about it was when she said,
How much my body costs?
yes, they said, oh,
How much my body costs?
Young Miami had gotten a
Chanel bag.
We all go ahead and do it. Let me add it.
Oh, no, sorry. I don't
Go ahead.
No, y'all do
We
it.
backup singers.
No.
Go ahead.
The point is, she's been very timid and meek, speaking in very hushed tones. Today, she was extremely assertive, and when it got to the talk of her body, which is so inappropriate, but we loved it because she needs to speak up for herself. She's not actually acknowledging that she was a sex worker, and that's really what she was.
Ah. So how much was the body? Tell them.
The judge
Bottega
told
bags
her
are like 1,500 to 5,000, but Chanel's are like 5 to 10. So she was still cheap all around.
Yeah, pretty much.
She was mad that she's getting paid like discount pussy. All right, on that note, we're going to happy hour. Bye, guys. Love you all. Toodles.